So just for fun, I thought I'd share a little behind the scenes about something I started doing a couple months ago. It's this, my Saturday real estate, this or that, on my Instagram stories. And yeah, I'm sweaty from mountain biking, by the way, so don't mind that. I wanted to share this because, I got a lot of real estate people in Greenville who follow me and a lot of business owners. And a lot of people come up to me when they meet me out around town and they ask me about social media and marketing and what they're doing and what I'm doing and things like that. And so I just wanted to give y'all kind of a little like what goes into stuff like this and how it's a part of my business for anyone who's interested. So I started doing this or that because I wanted to just do something a little different. This exact kind of content I'm doing for you right now, highly informational talking head content. It's kind of my thing and it's what I've done for decades and I love it and I'm comfortable with it, but I always like to branch out. And something that I thought would be cool that could incorporate my stories. I wanted to do more Instagram stories, more with property, something that's just not me talking. So I wanted to do something that had more of those elements and see if I can work it into my content. And I was inspired by Bring a Trailer's Would You Rather. It's a car auction website. They have all these cool cars. I'm a car guy, so you can pick the car you like. And they're not the first people to do it either. This idea has been done by millions of people on social media for all kinds of different things, TikTok trends, people walk in one direction or the other, things like that. So I just thought, hey, I enjoy this. This would be a fun thing, and I think it would apply really well to local real estate. And I started making the post several months ago. And here's the thing, when I did it the first time, it took forever. It felt like the first 5 or 10, I feel like took a really long time. And that's the first little tip I just want to share. It's like when you do something for the first time, it's agonizing. It takes forever because there's so many decisions to make because you don't have a template necessarily. So in this case, okay, how do I even get the photos? Do I screenshot them off my own app, off my own website, from the MLS, blah, blah, blah? How do I credit the listing agents appropriately? Because that's really important in real estate. You got to make sure you give proper credit to listing agents for their listings that are on the market. Should I use the lead photo or the best photo? Should I find the wackiest properties or the most average or similar properties? Is it the exact pricing? Should they all be in the same price range? Just the property selection alone, there's so much that goes into it. And then things like black background, color background, music, no music, using the photo, using the poll. I realized there were several things I wanted to do with the poll that I couldn't because of the limitations of the Instagram app and what you can and can't do. So that even put me back to the drawing board a couple of times on this. And so, yeah, it's just like this iterative process where you figure all these things out and then you actually make the post and get the results. And I want to share some of that too. I, on average, probably 20, 30, 40 of y'all pretty consistently participate in this thing. And thank you for doing it. And I hope you enjoy it. I'd love to hear what you want to see more of and things like that. If you want to, leave me a comment. It's always fun. But I started doing it just to see, okay, what kind of engagement would it get? What kind of people would be interested? What properties and what things like that would happen? Would we get showing requests out of it? At this point, after months of doing it, I can't really directly point to, hey, like this post led to this showing or something like that. This is not a lead gen project or tool or anything of that nature. So I wouldn't encourage people to view it that way, but it does get engagement. It does get reactions from people. People come up to me and are like, oh man, I love that thing you posted the other day, the this or that, so people talk to me about it and that's a good sign. It's like, okay. And when it comes to doing things in your business, that's kind of what you have to understand is that you're often having this preconceived notion, this expectation, even when you've been doing it for years, like myself, that, hey, you're going to post it and you're going to get results or some positive impact or it's going to take off viral. 9 times out of 10, probably 99 times out of 100 actually, nothing of the sort happens. In fact, it might actually be months and months and months and months and months before you get results. And some weeks will be worse than others. There's some weeks where maybe like 2 people have participated. And then there's other weeks where I'm like, wow, everyone's really bored on a Saturday clicking on these real estate polls, So you get all these different attributes out of it. And so the thing I've always learned in business and social content for me personally is consistency is key. And you've got to have a lot of reps before you rule something out or decide it's not a fit for you. And so you do have to kind of find ways to make things easier to create. Like I could go crazy with the backgrounds and the photos, and like there's so many things I can do with this, but every little element is a decision I have to make. It's an action I have to take, and there's probably easier ways to do it. Like I'm a middle-aged social media posting guy. I'm not some genius out there doing all the tools and social media content-based stuff. There might be other ways to do this faster and simpler. I did experiment with ChatGPT. I said, hey, could ChatGPT just find the listings or find me 10 of them and I pick the 3 I like, something like that? And honestly, at this point, the answer is no. I was surprisingly, Zillow integrates with ChatGPT. I thought that would be such a no-brainer. The results suck. They're not similar. So often ChatGPT had to get such specific instructions just to do it. And after like an hour of playing with it, I was just like, I don't see the benefit in creating this automation. At this point, the volume of reps that I've done in creating this post every week has allowed me to do it in a very short period of time. And it's kind of funny how that happens. Like now I'm really good at finding interesting but similar or different same price listings in the Greenville MLS. So like I just have this like down to a science now, where I can be like, oh, let's check this price point today and see what's cooking. And that's kind of what I want people to get out of this. If you do something a bunch of times, you get better at it. You get way better at it, actually. You get so much faster, so much more efficient. And once you reach that point, that's where you might find your next iteration. That's where you might say, you know what, maybe we are going to select the song for every single week or something like that. Or maybe I've done this enough where I can see the results and I know what I like and don't like doing, and maybe I'm going to focus my energy somewhere else. Honestly, this is something that occasionally I almost forget to do. I got to put reminders in my calendar, just like anything else, because I wake up on a Saturday and I'm going mountain biking, and sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to get that post out. I need to find those properties, and that's kind of the nature of the beast. That's what this looks like to actually do a new thing or create social content. And for all the agents out there, for all the business owners out there who've maybe done 10, 20, 30 posts, 50 posts, 100 posts, and you're like, oh, I didn't get any sales. Like, come on, like, like, what did you expect? That's what you have to understand, is that all this stuff plays a role in your business. And when you think about it in that context, not all businesses, especially of growing, increasing sizes, have jobs or roles in them that are directly lead gen oriented or sales oriented. For example, if you want to have a big company, you're going to have an HR, you're going to have accounting, you're going to have a lot of these roles. Some have absolutely crucial and direct ties to revenue, and some not so much, right? And I kind of look at marketing the same way. Like there's some things I'm going to do, like Google PPC campaigns, that might directly generate tons of leads to my website. And then there's a lot of things that may not ever get a lead, but people love them and recognize them, and it contributes to the brand and starts conversations, and that's perfectly fine as a result if the time and the effort and the scheduling and blah, blah, blah all aligns there. So for anyone out there who wants to try or experiment with something new, wrapping up this pretty long video, this might be my longest post ever actually, what I want you to do is this. First of all, don't base it on what results you're going to get. Okay. Like I just can't express that enough. I talk to so many business owners about this. That's just such a lame way to go about doing things. And it's such a way to shortcut the very real work that goes into doing something awesome. And you're going to notice that. People are going to notice that. It's not going to get you the results you want. It's going to look like crap, and people are going to just obviously see you were just throwing crap at the wall to see if something stuck, right? Thoughtfully think about what you want to put into your content, into your business, into your daily life, because that's really the key. When this becomes a part of your week, your month, your day, whatever, that's where you actually build the reps and the consistency that can lead to the type of results you're looking for. And it also allows you to get better at it as well, because again, one of the stone cold truths about everything, sales, marketing, business, all of this stuff, y'all, is that you suck at it. You suck at it until you do it a lot. Some people are naturally better at some things than others. Some people have early results more than others, but generally everybody starts off sucking. So you got to do it a bunch until you get good at it, and that's what you're signing up for. So if you thought, oh, I'm going to try this 3 or 4 times and see if I get a result, you suck. You're very unlikely to get a result. Do it 1,000 times, do it 100 times, and then maybe you can say, yeah, that just wasn't the best use of my time. Yeah, that just wasn't the best thing for me personally, or I've got bigger fish to fry now. I'm going to focus on other things. That's cool. That's totally fine. You can do that. I might get to the end of this summer or this year and I might sunset this or that. Who knows, because I do have a lot on my plate, and this thing, it's fun and interesting for me, but sometimes it can feel slightly tedious, slightly time consuming, more just the creation of the post and little things like that. And maybe I just need to find a way to do that part, or have ChatGPT or whatever, something I can do like that. So anywho, I just wanted to give you all that behind the scenes look, share a little bit about this. For those of you who have gone 10 freaking minutes into this video, if you're still here, hello, I hope you learned something. And thanks for anyone out there who participates in the this or that's. They're fun and they're interesting, and I hope you all enjoy them as much as I do. Have a good one.